Hey, what's up, Culture Drop? This video is about accountability green flags. What are the traits and behaviors of people who are highly accountable? These are the people you want inside your organization and on your team. A team full of people who are highly accountable, that take ownership of how they show up, is what you want. These are the people that you should look for to hire. If you have people that exhibit all the traits I'm talking about, you should keep them, you should give them raises, you should promote them. These are the kind of people that you should promote into leadership positions. These are leadership qualities. These are the things that you should look for. Have these people on your team. It makes teams and culture so much more positive, so much more productive, so much more healthy to have people that exhibit these qualities that are highly accountable. So here we go. Number one, they don't make excuses. There are lots of millions of reasons to excuse everything in the world and be like, it's not my fault because of this, that. Highly accountable people do not make excuses. They take ownership. Two, they do not talk badly about other people. They don't gossip. They don't trash other people's reputations. They don't talk smack about other people, old bosses, old colleagues, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends. Three, they take ownership of the quality of their own work. If I produce something, this is my name on it, it's my stamp, I take ownership of that. Also taking ownership, they take ownership for their behavior and their impact on other people. So if I hurt your feelings, even though I didn't intend to, I'm not gonna defend the fact that I didn't intend to hurt your feelings. I'm gonna take ownership of the fact that I hurt your feelings and I didn't intend to. They take ownership of their choice of words, their behavior, their body language, their energy level. They own their impact on other people. Number four, this is adjacent to the no excuses, is that they do not blame other people. They're not heavy and blame, this is somebody else's fault, looking for somebody to blame at all times and not taking responsibility. They don't blame other people. They just take ownership of what's theirs. Number five, they actually make changes when presented with feedback. When you give this person feedback, they take that feedback to heart and they actually change or correct their behavior or whatever they've given feedback about. That's a big deal. It's don't be sorry, be different. Number six, this also goes along with that. They're not defensive about feedback. They're open to feedback, they're welcome to feedback, they respond to feedback. They don't become incredibly defensive, they don't get heated emotionally. Receiving feedback well is highly accountable behavior. Number seven, also in the realm of receiving feedback, is that they don't need to be told something 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. Somebody who's highly accountable, the first time you tell them something, they take it, they remember it, and they make a change. Number eight, this one is a little bit more nuanced, but highly accountable people also have boundaries and they don't take things personally. If you have boundaries, I respect the boundaries that you have. I don't take your boundaries personally. Somebody who's highly accountable understands they can have boundaries, other people can have boundaries, they don't take those personally. Number nine, when they mess up, because everybody messes up, they own it. They take responsibility. This can be a really subtle thing, and also this is very personal for you, do you do this or not, is, for example, missing a meeting. It happens, people mess up, you miss a meeting, but there's a difference between being hey, it slipped my mind, I messed up, I forgot, I'm sorry, versus oh, my computer was acting up. Telling little lies instead of owning the fact that hey, I just messed this thing up. A lot of people do that. We tell little lies all the time to save face. It's kind of lower accountability versus hey, I messed up, I own that, I'm so sorry about that, is important. Number 10, they do not avoid difficult conversations. They're willing to dive into whatever the mess of the moment is and just resolve that thing. Have the conversation, deal with the uncomfortable thing, and go head first into that, not avoid it. Just be let's get into this thing, let's find a resolution, let's solve it. Number 11, this is the last one, is that they take ownership of their part in conflict. This is another thing. It's natural and inevitable to have conflict or disagreements or frustration or static with somebody else in your life. But people that are highly accountable own their part of that. You and I have conflict together. We love to tell the narrative story that I'm the hero, I've done nothing wrong, I'm squeaky clean, you're the villain, everything here is because of you. But the truth is, if you and I have conflict in some way, I have contributed to that. I have contributed the way that I spoke, the way that I showed up. Something that I've done has contributed to the fact that we are in conflict. 98% of the time, that's usually true. And so people that take ownership of their part of I contributed this way in resolving conflict, because if we get stuck in this hero story, I've done nothing wrong, it's a lot harder to move through and navigate conflict and find a resolution with somebody else. If I've painted you as a villain and I'm the hero here who's perfect, as opposed to being yes, here's how I contributed, let's talk about how we can both be different and find a solution together. Owning your part in conflict is another highly valuable trait. All right, that's my list. Those are green flags. Look for those type of people. Be that type of person in your life as you move through the world. It matters. Go be awesome. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, or you can sign up for the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails and videos right into your inbox.